Here we are going to look at making some things that I think are easy because I've been doing it for a long time. And I'm going to show you how to make it easier so that you get enough practice so you feel like it's easy as well. And then you can show some other people. So you're going to need to get a couple of colored pencils. I've got 4 colors here that I might play around with. We'll see how I go. I've got a dark purple. I've got a pink, dark pink. I've got a peachy color, and I've got a yellow. So you can just choose some colors that you think might go nicely together, and you can experiment with different colors as you go along. You can change it up, or you can just use a pencil if you want, if you haven't got any colors. But this is most fun with colors because you can blend them. Whereas pencil, you can only go dark to light and have different shades of gray. So first of all, let's just practice and warm up our hands and get a bit loose and maybe twiddle our pencils around so that our fingers aren't so stiff and we don't draw pressing really hard. I want you to draw really lightly so you can practice doing some curly lines, some squiggles, some circles round and round, some straight lines. See if you can draw really, really softly with your pencil. And then I want you to practice drawing some circles that are bigger than your finger, not too tiny, but maybe a little bit bigger than the end of your finger. So if you draw a circle and it turns out like wonky like this, all you have to do is cut it, take the parts that you do like and look at it until it gets nice and round. Round it up. You might have some squiggly lines, just trying to get the shape just right. Or you might find something like this that you can trace. Or we know if it's a perfect circle or not because circles are so perfect. Let's try doing a love heart. So we're going to have a hump and another hump. And we're going to come down in a V and join this one up in a V as well. So we can purposely hump, hump. We can purposely change the shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. So let's play with these 3 shapes that I've got here. And what I want you to do is take your sort of medium shade color. So I've got the peach and the pink. Let's just say this, well, this purple could be light, couldn't it? Because pressing hard to pressing soft, it's light. So I'll try one with my pink and one with my purple to get started and see what happens. So I'll start with my love heart here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade one direction. Maybe your hand's going this way. Doesn't really matter. Whatever feels the most comfortable. Let's get a little soft layer of color. Any color. Don't worry if you're doing it right or not. If you go out of the lines, it's okay. Just try to keep it in the lines if you can. If it's going around and it's turning so that you're following the line, that's okay as well. I'm just moving my arm around. Sometimes I might move my fingers or I might use my wrist. So it's just experimenting. You might be able to experiment a whole page of love hearts, and that's perfectly fine. All different shapes and sizes. So I've got my color on here. It's almost all the same. And that's boring, right? Anyone can just color in like this. Anyone can draw a line like this. So this is just colored in. It's kind of the same everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken along the edge. I'm kind of using the edge of my colored pencil so that I have a smooth line and I don't end up seeing these kinds of lines. So I want it to be nice and smooth. So I'm holding it up a bit so my pencil has a chance to lie down. If you're finding this difficult, just keep trying. You might need to go over here and try and see how that feels as opposed to, right? So let's get our colors in there, and I'm pressing a little bit harder than I was before. You can tell I'm pressing harder because the line is getting darker. And now I'm going a little bit lighter like I was around in this medium shade, and I'm kind of fading it towards the middle. And I might go back or I might even go round and round and round like this until I feel like it's blending really nicely. I might even just have some angle lines. You can see my lines there, but I might go back the other way and blend them in. However feels right for you to get another bit of a shade on this purple, or yours might be blue or green, just going around the edges like this one, but fading back to the middle. Okay, now this is not the most perfect, but I've tried to make it fade from dark to light in the middle, dark around the outsides. Right, now I'll go to my next color, and I'll try to go over top of the whole thing like I did at the start, really softly. I'm noticing that I'm not pressing as softly as I was at the start because I wouldn't probably see it now. Because it already has purple, I'm pressing a little harder. I'm pressing a little harder over here as well. It's kind of going, I'm shading like on an angle, kind of like a zigzag. I'm going like this. I can go back over it and do some cross-hatching like this, but it's because it's got a layer of color on it and it's getting smoother and smoother as I go. It actually feels to me like it's easier to blend these colors. I'll try to leave it lighter in the middle because I like that look. I think it looks more like 3D. Ooh, this is fun. Coloring it around the corner. Should I press really hard over here and see what this looks like? Ooh, look at that. That's more vibrant, isn't it? So it's all about experimenting. Now see how there's a sharp line there? I'm just going to go back over it a bit here and try to experiment with the pressure that I'm putting on it to try to make it blend. I feel like I want to have a little bit more bright pink over here. I can still see some purple over here, which is quite cool. I can go over it if I want to. I don't have to. So your hearts might be all the same. You might do lots all the same, or you might try some with different colors, with different pressure, and different ways of blending the same colors, because you're the boss of your own art, right? How's this looking? Do you see there's a bit of something here that's not quite perfectly blended? I'll just go softly, softly and try to mix that together. And then if I want to, I can come in with another color, or I can get back in with my purple and I can darken this up again, and I can blend back over the pink and purple. So there's no right or wrong answer, but you'll know if your drawing is getting better and better. You'll know if you're happy with it or not, and you'll know if you're kind of like moving up a level. If you're taking your time and you're trying something new and you're doing well at it, that's quite cool. So now let's try another one with another color in it. I want to try that. Maybe I'll go pink to start with. Then I'll get some of this purple. This is going to be tricky because circles are harder than love hearts, I think. What do you think? Do you find it harder to shade a circle or harder to shade a love heart? Do you like watching other people shading theirs? Or do you just want to have a go and do yours? If you're struggling, you might like to have a look and see, how did Kim do hers? What is she doing right that's working that I could try? Ooh, now I'm pressing hard with this. Quite hard. Ooh, I'm pressing really hard over here, and I like that. I really like that. I'm going to try to shade. I'm shading like this now, little squiggly curly bits here. And let's see what happens if I put some of this peachy color in here. Actually, I could probably just go over the whole thing. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? Do you like that? I could do a little bit of it over here. I'm not sure what would happen if I mixed my purple, if some of the yellow got on the purple. I don't know if it would turn out very nice. Yes, it makes a bit of a brown, but I do like the idea of having this peachy color mixed with this yellow. So perhaps I could try a love heart that has this yellow and this pink and this peachy color going over each other. I can just keep on experimenting and see what happens. Ooh, that looks interesting. Oh, wow, I like it. It's covering up all the white. You can just keep layering and layering and layering. Ooh, that would make a really cool love heart if I could try that. That's cool. So let's see what you can do with yours. What kind of combinations of colors did you try? What worked? What didn't? And you know, it's okay to send something through to me to have a look at, even if it didn't work out, because you're probably learning by doing, right? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Are you? Tell me. I really, really do want to know. Do you think I should have left a lighter bit there so it looks like more rounded like this one? Let's see if I can erase a little bit in here so it looks like a little highlight. Oh, that's nice. It worked. A little bit of a highlight. Cool.